World champions. Best football team in America. We are here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate the first Super Bowl victory for the city of Seattle. During the regular season, Seahawks tied for the best record. Suffocating defense led the league in points allowed, yards allowed, interceptions, takeaways, turnover margin. They beat the rival 49ers. And then dominated one of the best offenses in the NFL, beating the Broncos by 35 points. So Russell has won more games through his first two seasons than any quarterback in history. And part of the reason that I think Russell inspired a lot of folks is he's been proving the doubters wrong for a very long time. For years, folks said he'd be too short to succeed as a quarterback in the NFL. 5 quarterbacks were drafted ahead of him, which is a familiar story for a lot of these Seahawks. You got 3 starters in the secondary who were taken 5th round or lower. 19 players on the roster weren't drafted at all. So let me just say, as a guy who was elected president named Barack Obama, I root for the underdogs. And so seeing folks overcome the odds excites me, but it also excites me when you see the whole being greater than the sum of its parts. And that's what team is all about, and this is a team.
Welcome to CenturyLink Field in Seattle on an overcast, blustery, and at times rainy Sunday afternoon as we get set for the NFC Championship game between the 13-4 Seahawks and the 13-4 Green Bay Packers.
They're hoping we ain't hungry. They're hoping that we ain't willing to go there today. They're hoping that we ain't ready to sacrifice. They're hoping we ain't ready to do everything to win the game. We ready. You know why? We do it for each other.
Huge opportunity, man. We work for it every day. It's no different, man. Goals go 1-0. Let's dominate. Let's be focused. Let's play for each other. Let's play together. Let's play for these fans tonight, man. Let's go to work, man. Let's go. Hey, one mission. Hey, Hawks on 3. Hawks on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hawks.
You hear the 12th man here. That's the crowd in Seattle. Some 67,000 plus.
Paul Allen, the chairman of these Seahawks, raising the 12th man flag. Seattle won the toss. They deferred. That means Aaron Rodgers on this 51-degree day with gusting winds up to 25 miles per hour will start his day momentarily and start it from the 20. The numbers in his postseason career: 22 interceptions, rather 5 interceptions, 22 touchdowns, a quarterback rating. The career postseason record might surprise you, just 6-4. Coming off that gritty, gutty performance at home against Dallas. Here we go.
Just underway here in Seattle. We know Warren, the Seahawks are going to play tough run defense, and the Packers want to try to establish the run.
They give it to Lacy. He's got a first down. And Eddie Lacy, who got dinged week 1 here on the opening Thursday night, had only 34 yards rushing, picks up 13. Graphically, we look at what they've done. They love to get off to a great start, and they like to start fast, Troy, as they're doing right now.
First and 10 from the Seattle 43.
Good protection, quick throw. Cobb in space, makes a move. A flag is down. Cobb's got a first down. Bangs into a parabolic mic on the sideline, but a flag is thrown.
Illegal use of the hands to the face, defense number 56. This penalty will be declined. Result of the play, first down.
They get Cliff Averill, and the play will count. Another first down for Green Bay. Cobb in the backfield. Protection, end zone, Adams, and picked by Sherman. Oh, they're playing with fire, and number 25 just burned Aaron Rodgers.
He undercut Adams on the route, made the interception, back line to the right end zone, and Seattle takes over 1st and 10.
Pickoff, Sherman, the best in the business.
That's why you don't try me! Bro, this. I told that. They tried me. I'm picking you first time. I'm gonna let you spit in my face this time. I'm gonna let you spit in my face this time. And they're gonna learn one day.
When you look at the Seattle Seahawks, do you feel like they are on the verge of becoming the next great dynasty?
Well, I think they have the capability to. I mean, when you look at the way the team's put together, they're young, they're aggressive, their coach is very aggressive and upbeat. It makes going to that facility every day really a joy. And when you're having fun at what you're doing, you're always a lot better at it.
The Seahawks have a lot of players still under contract from the team that they just won the Super Bowl with. And I think they're going to be a threat again this year. They're bringing back almost the same team that won the game handily last year. So I'm really optimistic.
Could this team be better than last year's team? I think it could. You know, I think it could just in its, you know, for the simple fact, it's a lot more experience, a bunch of young guys. Yes. Last year, you know, obviously people forget Russell's a second-year quarterback going into his 3rd year. You know, I'm going into my 4th. Earl and Cam going into their 5th. Bobby Wagner going into his 3rd. Yeah. Mike Bennett and Cliff Averill are another year experience. It's just guys elevating their game to another level.
This team is only concerned with what's the next step, what's next, what's the next challenge. I would have to characterize it as uncommon. They have an uncommon approach and an uncommon attitude toward trying to win another championship.
This is obviously the place where it's all going to start. The party is here, Pioneer Square, Pharrell, Soundgarden. The people still excited about this team. This crowd right here is ready for a repeat.
Already.
The 12th man in full effect.
Seahawks fans, please welcome your world champion, Seattle Seahawks!
Running ahead, all right? You cannot get stopped. Let's go to work. It's all day now. It's all day. Find around. See it? Play it. It's destined for us. Let's keep it on path for clarity, bro. Here we go now. Let's go to work, baby. Seahawks on 3. 1, 2, 3, Seahawks!
The Seahawks open the defense of their title here in 2014.
Already 5 catchers tonight for Harmon. Oh, they fake it to Lynch. They faked everybody. Lockett makes the catch, gets into the end zone.
Oh, baby.
Lynch cutting it back, and he goes to the touchdown. Marshawn Lynch picking right up where he's left off the last 2 years.
Rodgers out of the shotgun, play fake, looks, throws inside, ball off the fingertip, intercepted.
Intercepted by Byron Maxwell. Intercepted that pass against San Francisco up the Sherman deflection, and now Rodgers is going to lose the ball, and it's loose in the end zone, and covering it up to at least save 5 points in the end zone is Derek Sherrod. Lynch, the running back, they got the fullback in there as well. There goes Marshawn into the end zone again for a touchdown. His 2nd of the night. They go 53 yards in 9 plays, 5 rushes, and 4 passes.
There you go. Good job, Carter. Play physical. Good stuff, baby. Turns, play fake. He's going to throw.
It's wide open.
Drops it over the top to Coleman. 10, 5, touchdown! Seahawks! Who in this building was going to look for Derek Coleman out of the backfield? This is That's the way to start off. Hey, 1-0 every week, baby. Hey, what's next on 3? What's next on 3? 1, 2, 3, what's next? 7:53 to play here in this football game in Seattle. A beautiful, warm Sunday.
Denver knows they've got to get that football back, and they've got to hold the Seahawks. They're going to make it tough for the Seahawks to run the football right now so they can get the ball back for their offense.
2nd down and 10, again from the 8.
No turnovers on the day by Seattle. 2nd and 10, and from behind, Wilson got hit by DeMarcus Ware just outside of the end zone, and the ball might be in the arms of Ware.
How could he have held on to it with that hit? He never saw it. Ware did the right thing.
The Broncos say that Russell fumbled the football. Now there's some pushing right there around the ball.
The signal, it stays with Seattle.
And the referee, Bill Vinovich, says it's Seahawks ball at the 1.
It's 3rd, just a foot out.
Handoff Lynch in the backfield. Lynch runs to a tackle with Ware. That's going to be a safety. He did not get back out of the end zone. That has got to be a safety, and it is.
And there it is. The Denver defense comes up with the 2-point play.
Right away, penetration in the backfield. DeMarcus Ware, what a series for him.
Right now, the Denver Broncos own that offensive line. Marshawn can't get out of the end zone. 2 points. Makes it 17-5, and now the Seahawks have to kick the ball back to Denver.
Just a little outside of 11 minutes to go. Here at this pulsating stadium, and everybody who's a sports fan ought to put it on their bucket list to once come here and just experience the intensity and the audio level of the crowd here as he fires it in the air and he's picked off. He's picked off by Harris. Chris Harris Jr. And the Denver defense comes up with another big play here in the 4th.
I'm not sure where Russell was throwing that ball, but it got tipped up and picked off, and the Broncos are in business down at the Seahawks 20-yard line.
Seahawks defense is going to have to step up again.
Manning empties the back. Shovel pass inside.
Shovel pass to Julius Thomas. And it's wide open for the touchdown.
Peyton Manning on the shovel pass to Julius Thomas. And this game is tightened up now.
Broncos getting right back into this game. 9:20 to play in the game. Seattle with a 17-12 lead over the Denver Broncos.
59 seconds left. Denver is without a timeout.
And the Broncos will have to go 80 yards with no timeouts in 59 seconds, find the end zone, and convert a 2-point try to send this game to overtime. That's the goal right now, going against this defense in this incredible environment here in Seattle.
You got to take a chance.
Seahawk defense comes out onto the field. Their job, stop one of the greatest passers in the history of this game from going 80 yards and scoring. Empty backfield for Manning, takes a shotgun snap. 3-man rush. Manning steps up, breaks through.
Manning squeezes out of a jam down the field. He's an open man, and the ball's caught. It's caught by Sanders.
A miscommunication out there must have been as Maxwell catches up Emmanuel Sanders with a huge reception. Seahawks territory. Manning wants to spike it, I think, and he does. After the 32-yard reception, Broncos need 8 points just to tie. Empty backfield, 1st and 10 for his own 26. Again, 3 receivers near side. Manning looking left.
Looking. Going way down the field. End zone and a touchdown to Jacob Tamme. And a 2-point conversion away from tying the game.
And the Denver Broncos have drawn to within 2 points. A 26-yard touchdown strike. Man, Peyton Manning will find the open man. He will make you pay.
And now the 2-point try. It'll come down to this.
2-point conversion upcoming to tie the game with 18 seconds left.
For the tie.
Peyton takes the snap, bounces around, throws the end zone. DT catch! A successful 2-point conversion. And the loudest stadium in the league is in stunned silence right now.
Pete Carroll's emotions, Jim.
He doesn't hide them. He's in disbelief, as are nearly 70,000 here in Seattle. And the Seahawks are going to pitch this ball back to the officials and go to the overtime.
You know, even though they come back and make a great play, it was almost like I don't mean to say this in the wrong way, I was almost hoping it would happen.
Russell Wilson is 3-0 in overtime game. But he's going to have to find something here on offense that the Seahawks haven't been able to find in this second half. Russell into the huddle on a knee, talking to his offense. They break and come out with 3 wide receivers. And Russell Wilson and company will get it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And Percy wide to the far side. Play fake to Lynch, throw over the top. Harvin has the catch on a little crossing route all the way out to the 31-yard line.
He's got a first down in the gain of 11.
Waiting, takes a snap, 4-man rush, looks left, still looking. He's going to pull it down and run. He's going to dive across, and he's going to pick up the first down. Harvin in motion from right to left, play fake. Russell has time, rolling right, still looking. Now he fires a dart. Jermaine Kearse, did he keep his feet in? Officials are looking at each other. Yes, he did. At the 45-yard line of the Broncos. Russell out of the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Russell's got to scramble right. Got a little running room. 30, 25, gets the first down, reaches the ball across. Wilson doing it all with his legs here.
19 yards away from closing this game out and denying Peyton a chance to match anything or to handle it as Wilson steps up and he's going to run with it again. He's got another 5 or 6. So it's a big play here again, 2nd and 4. As Wilson has it open up. And it's Harvin setting up goal to go. He's across for the game endure. Seattle takes it 26-20. What a game. 80 yards they drive in 13 plays and never give Manning and the Broncos offense a chance to touch it in overtime.
What a great football game. 13 plays on that drive for 80 yards, 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Marshawn Lynch caps it off with that 6-yard touchdown run. And that's what championship football teams are made of.
Today was a great day of work, and that's a fantastic football team. And you stood right with them toe-to-toe all day long and had them all day long, and then we had to come back and finish with a great hard finish. Awesome deal.
Richard Sherman started his collegiate career as a receiver. He got drafted in the 5th round out of Stanford. He came into the league with a chip on his shoulder. Not a great friend of Jim Harbaugh for his time there at Stanford and then his time in the NFL, and the numbers are unbelievable. 24 picks in his first 4 years, and I haven't heard you talk about cornerbacks the way you talk about Richard Sherman in the time we've been together.
Well, I think you can throw the ball against him, but you've got to be able to use the receiver size. Take Jordy Nelson and use his body, but when you start throwing balls down the field and allow him to make a play one-on-one, typically he's better than the receiver at playing the ball.
Here's one picked into the air, and the rookie Clinton Dix on the return is going to be knocked out inside the 5.
Clinton Dix on the interception, and the Packers in business. 1st and 10 of the 4-yard line of Seattle.
And the Packers are in better shape than they were 5 minutes ago. Russell Wilson had gone 4 straight playoff games without a pick. That streak over.
The Packers return the favor, and they are down to the Seattle inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5, where they'll start 1st and 10.
Here's Lacy on 1st and goal. Eddie Lacy, the second-year back, is going to lunge near the 1. Again, they bring in extra offensive linemen on 3rd and goal from inches away.
Packers at the doorstep, looking for the lead in the NFC Championship game. I formation backfield.
Here's Lacy. He doesn't get it.
I think he is stopped. He is at the goal line.
And they are short of the goal line. Now it's 4th down. So a victory for the Seattle defense.
And here comes the field goal team on. Mike McCarthy says, I don't want to take a chance with this defense at home.
I think Mike McCarthy has seen enough times them not make it when they've gone for it on 4th down here. And he said, hey, we'll take a 3-point lead, provided Crosby can make this field goal.
From the left hash mark, there's the snap. The kick is up. And the Packers are on the board first, but instead of a 7, it's going to show up as a 3. 8:07 to play in this first quarter.
And the Packers are on the board first in the NFC title game.
And I know you're still surprised, as am I, that Mike McCarthy from less than a yard away didn't try it on 4th down.
Well, I think there's a lot of coaches out there watching this game that would have made the decision that Mike McCarthy made, and you take the points and you go up 3-0 on the road. But I'm just shocked
that he didn't go for it. And then if you don't make it, boy, you're putting Seattle there on the half-foot line, and pretty good for your defense, too. That's how gusty it is. They have to hold the ball, and about midway into the end zone, it's blown out by Baldwin. Ball is out. Green Bay looks like they've got it. And Baldwin puts it on the ground. Green Bay's got it. And 2 early turnovers here at home by the Seahawks. Seattle came into this game having turned the ball over just 14 times all season long, and now in the first 7 minutes of the NFC Championship game, they've turned it over twice. And right back to work is Aaron Rodgers from inside the 25 at the 23. He's going to hand it to Lacy. He runs to the right side this time, and Eddie Lacy, who couldn't pound it in on 3rd down and goal, is good on 1st down for 8. Here's Lacy left side. Eddie Lacy, a lot of room to run.
3rd down and goal from the 6. Nelson again is going to, Rodgers, I beg your pardon, is going to empty the backfield.
It is 3rd down. Here's the snap. Quick throw right side. Randall Cobb's got it. Knocked down short of the goal line at the 2. And the Packers send the field goal unit on a gain of 4.
I knocked you on your ass, though. That's what I'm saying. You did, but guess what? And I'm going to do it again, though. I'm going to continually do it. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again and again. And you're going to feel it every time, boy. I'm going to kill his ass. Watch. Crosby. I'm going to kill him.
These are 2 misses in the red zone for this Green Bay offense with regard to touchdowns. They've now gotten down here a couple of times against a great defensive unit with short field position and have failed to capitalize.
Here's the 19-yard field goal attempt by Crosby. It's up and good.
That's a fantastic job right there. That's a stand-up right there. 2 sudden changes and only 3 points out of both of them, man. That's the whole idea of mentality. You will not be denied. Keep playing. Keep playing.
2 times, man. 2 times.
We got heart, bro. We got heart. We got heart. We got heart. We got heart.
Both these teams very good at not turning it over. For Seattle, last time they had 2 turnovers in the first quarter. It's been 60 games. And then on the Green Bay side, I'm sure Packer fans are back in Green Bay and all over thinking they've left 8 points sitting out there on the road at Seattle, leading by just 6. 2nd and 7. Seahawks trying to establish something, and brought down from behind is Wilson. A couple of forced fumbles against Dallas. Now 3rd down and 10. Wilson hit as he let it go, and this has been a good start for this Green Bay defense. For Green Bay, I know the scoreboard just says 6-0, but defensively, offensively, able to move the ball, able to open holes for Eddie Lacy. This is about as good as they could have hoped for coming on the road. Under 2 to go, opening quarter. Pass caught. That is the rookie tight end Rodgers. Again in the red zone. Again a jump, a free play. Rodgers is going to go to the end zone. He's got a touchdown. Randall Cobb.
The Packers have stretched their lead to 12-0. That was the final play except for the extra point here in this first quarter, and Green Bay has just dominated.
And on the final play of the quarter, touchdown Packers.
I love you, baby. I love you too, dog. Let's go, baby. I love you, baby. Let's rock. Good to see you. I love you, brother. Let's go to work, bro. God bless, man. Go get your worship on tonight, baby. 1 play at a time, man. Simple as that. Simple as that.
It's always good to play football, man. That's what you love to do. This is our passion. When you follow what you love to do, great things happen.
Who's got my back? I got your back. Who's got my back? I got your back. Who's got my back? I got your back. Who's got that sweat? I got that sweat. Who got that sweat? I got that sweat. Sweat. Let's go! It's our day. We can beat these boys and we can do it with a fashion. We ain't here to beat them. They gotta beat us.
A very impressive drive by Tony Romo and the Cowboys. And that is a touchdown. And this time they find Escobar in the back of the end zone. And they find Witten for a touchdown, his first this season. And the first time today the Cowboys have the lead.
Initially when Jason Witten comes off the ball, the Seahawks are all over him, but no inside pressure on Tony Romo. So he's able to take his time, and that's asking a lot.
Yes, sir! Here, 20 seconds to throw that. Attaboy. Nice job, guys.
Great job by the offensive line. He's got all day back there to throw.
Get back to gathering yourself when you're getting ready to run these guys down and tackle. All right, again, you're committed right now to smashing these dudes, all right? We appreciate it, all right? But we got to make sure we come together now, stay attached to that inside hip and wrap these guys up.
Hey, stay in it. Let's stay in it. All right, let's stay in it. All right.
Seattle leads 23-20.
Third down and 20. Romo out of the shotgun, empty backfield.
We're under 5 minutes to go. Romo still on his feet. Lost it for Whit. Williams comes in behind him, and that is a catch. What a reception by Williams, who seemingly came out of nowhere.
He drags his toenails in. I don't know how Tony Romo did it.
Hey, it's time for the playmakers to come on, all right? Time for Spider-Man to come out. All right, let's go right here. Let's finish this thing now. If you ever want a time, now's the time.
Ball at the Seattle 15.
Hand off Murray, coming right, into the middle, to the 10, 5, touchdown Murray!
DeMarco Murray starts right, cuts back inside. The Seattle defense overruns it, and he scores from 15-yard out. And the Dallas Cowboys will come in here and beat the Seattle Seahawks.
Football team, and I promise you we will play again. I promise you.
The best area. We know that. We'll see y'all again in the playoffs.
Hey, good job, bro. You did a hell of a job, bro.
All out. Keep it up, man. You're good on tape.
Be safe, okay? Keep it up. You're the best in the game.
That's a really tough ball game. We make no excuses. They played really well, and they did a lot of cool stuff for their football team, I think, in all phases. And we were not right in any phase of our game today. With all that said, you know, it's 3rd and 20. We got to stop and get off the field and see if we can run the clock out with a win. But we're better than that.
Man, this might be a reflection of the first time this team doesn't know their identity. Think about it. For years past, we've known this team as a physical, downhill running team, but also everything else comes off of that running game, the play action pass, and that's how those wide receivers get open. Well, the run game has been inconsistent, maybe because they're trying to create a different identity with Russell Wilson and throwing the football a little bit. So definitely frustrated. They have the right to be, because like you said, they do see that home field advantage slipping away from them.
Well, the Seattle Seahawks trade Percy Harvin. This, Ian, was staggering news. Percy Harvin, now a New York Jet.
Well, Seattle has very quietly been interested in trading Percy Harvin for the last several weeks, talked to a couple teams about it. But in the locker room, he is a player that necessitates a different kind of attention. With his teammates, he is not always the calmest player. He can be described as a headache.
What's everyone talking about in Seattle this week? We got to get back to what we were. Pete Carroll has a way he wants to do things there. It's hard-nosed, it's hustle, it's effort. I think we can read into some things there. Good for them. They admitted they made a mistake. Move on.
Seattle Seahawks, I think, are a different place than most. It's either going to be on board with the attitude they have over there, or you're not. And if you're not, they don't care who you are, you're gone. Up there, it's a little different. You know, and you're Seattle, you're kind of away from everybody else, and I've been up there a bunch, and it really is a different atmosphere than most teams. So there has been a lot of difficulties there with Percy. They pretty much just had it. It was time for them to move on.
They suffered no coaching defections and very few free agency departures. They locked up their Pro Bowl legion of boomers long term, and their lone contract-related training camp holdout lasted all of 48 hours, and yet 6 games in. The third-place Seahawks appear to be suffering the same stumbling out of the block's fate as many other Super Bowl champions. Toss in a shocking trade of a dynamic offensive star complete with chemistry-related locker room whispers, and you suddenly got a lot of sleepless people in Seattle.
Davis on 1st and goal, hands it off to Trey Mason, and he is in for his first NFL touchdown.
Earl Thomas a little bit late getting down there to Phil.
Great one-on-one blocking up front from the 5.
Jared Cook in motion. Good matchup in the red zone.
Davis rolling right, shovel pass to Benny Cunningham, and Cunningham picks up a first down and a touchdown. Ryan punting it away. Austin back deep. And the punt taken on the the far side by Stedman Bailey. Bailey down the sideline, and he will take it all the way. The Seahawks were faked out by Austin. He set up for the return on the left side. The kick went to the right, and it's Bailey who takes it back 86 yards for a Rams touchdown. Mason in the backfield. Two tight ends set. Second and goal. Davis throws, and the catch is made. Ball comes loose. The question is, did Kendricks break the play and throw the touchdown? Rams have extended their lead.
With the game on the line, moves over to man up on Tavon Austin.
And how big is field position on the last Seattle kickoff? Oh, that was fake. Tucker with the throw. It's a first down. We've seen the Rams do this so many times previously. Tucker, the punter, is now 4 for 4 in his career as the Rams do it again on special teams.
This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And a lot of discussion, Troy, on the Seattle sideline as this defense, which has been just dominant. They've won 7 straight. They've allowed the opponents an average of 8 points a game. They're not getting pressure on Rodgers, and Aaron's had his chance to just pick the defense apart. Look at those numbers. 143 total yards. Seattle with 11 yards, no first downs. 9.5 to go in the opening half, and they got to get it cranking. They proved last week against Carolina they can score points in a hurry. Russell Wilson still looking for his first completion, rolling out. He's going to air it out. Good coverage and picked off by Clinton Dix. That's his second of the game. And Clinton Dix on the return. What a catch on the pick. A flag flies, but that was after the interception.
Play action back to throw. Russell Wilson looks around, rainbows it deep down the left side, and it is intercepted by Clinton Dix.
And it's another turnover for the Seahawks, their third. Trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse.
But the third turnover of the day, the second interception, as Russell Wilson got hammered by Clay Matthews. Russell tried to force that ball deep downfield into double coverage.
Yeah, I'm good. He didn't get me that good. He thought he did. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Yeah, I'm good.
Seattle frustrated offensively, not being able to get anything going. They try on first down to take a shot. Pretty remarkable when you look at this first half, Joe. As we talked about, these two teams came into the league, two of the best at not turning the ball over, and here combined, they've turned it over 5 times. Another third down for Seattle, 0 for 3 on third down.
Let's go, Russ. Come on now. Let's get in the rhythm.
It's Lynch. He's got it more. And a little life here in Seattle. Shields forced him out after a carry of 14. 14-yard carry. The Seahawks had only 19 yards all game before that. On third down. Has caught. First completion. It's Lockett. And a first down at the 21. Third down and 8. Lynch at the top of the screen. Wilson toward the end zone. That's Shields. And it is intercepted. Third interception thrown by Russell Wilson, trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And the opportunity for points goes down the drain for Seattle.
Left side of the end zone. Intercepted. Sam Shields. A leaping interception in the end zone. And the Packers have turned back the Seahawks. Third interception. Fourth turnover for Seattle.
And this is as bad a start as Russell Wilson has ever had. Uncharted waters for these Seahawks.
NFL Game Day morning, the doubt seeds that can frequently be sown in this week-to-week league have finally been planted in Seattle. In fact, it only took 6 days to do it. 6 days between the time Russell Wilson went from freshly minted MVP candidate with his performance in D.C. on Monday night to last Sunday when he was a young quarterback still learning ropes after getting schooled by a Dallas defense that's had little license to teach anything in recent years. Then came the shocking Percy Harvin trade just 2 days ago, all for the now third place defending Super Bowl champs.
Problems in the Seattle locker room. Sean, I'm going to let Michael start. What's going on, boss? What's going on in that old team's locker room?
Let me tell you, it's nothing going on in that locker room. Those guys are very focused. I've talked to guys this week. They want to move forward. They want to get past all this stuff from last week. Talked to Coach Carroll last night. He talked about how excited the guys were. Personally, I think this team is going through a little bit of a transition. I think some of the voices like Ray Bryant, Chris Clemens, some of the guys that they heard in the locker room all the time in certain situations, they're hearing new voices now. Those new voices have to step up. Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Marshawn Lynch to a degree, Russell Wilson. And I think that's where they are. They're having new leaders step up, and they're just working through some issues right now, but they'll be fine. Trust me, they'll be fine.
Hey, quickly, there's a lot of talk about a lot of players, but not many people are mentioning Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Is Russell Wilson the guy to help lead this team out of the darkness?
Yes, Russell Wilson is the guy to help lead this team out of the darkness. You have to understand, Russell came into this league. He was a little different. He was an outlier in some respect, kind of like a 33, 34-year-old vet. He was married. He had his stuff together. He had his business in order. He spends a lot of time in the locker room.
Watching a lot of film.
Watching a lot of film.
For a young guy.
For a young guy, that is different.
Some games you're not gonna be blowouts. Some games you're gonna have to come back. Some games are gonna be close ones. And I got to figure out a way to help our team win. Whatever it takes. I got to find ways to play better. I got to find ways to step up for our team, and that's my ultimate goal.
You gotta love playing, man. You gotta love playing, man. You gotta enjoy it, man. Game day. No better day than game day, man. Man, don't get any better than this, does it? Don't get any better. No better day than game day, man. No better day than game day, baby. Let's go. No better day than game day. Hey, there's one goal, one mission today, man. There's one goal, one mission. Dominate every play, and we'll see what happens at the end of the game. We will win. We dominate every play. Let's be locked in. Let's be engaged. Let's play together, most importantly. Let's go to work, baby. Hey, Hawks on three. Hawks on three. 1, 2, 3, Hawks. Let's go to work, baby. Let's be all day, all night. Move for 2 shots. I'll keep my composure, man. Just keep playing, you know? Let's just make sure you're chilled out. Let's make sure our tempo's a little bit quicker, just in general. Tell them all, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And just wait them out. Wait this thing out. You'll get it right. What am I doing wrong, man? Can't let them in the game, man. Don't give them shots, man. This is a bad throw. Like what? Like, what am I doing? I don't know, man. Keep working, fella. That's my ball. That's my fault right there. My fault right there. Come on, Russ, man. Hey, come here. Hey, listen. Hey, we've had a lot of mistakes. I've had a lot of mistakes, right? But hey, don't matter anymore. We got to go to play one play at a time. Okay, let's zone in. Doesn't matter what the score is. Doesn't matter the situation. Let's just zone in one play at a time, okay? I'll communicate better. I'll do a better job for you. Let's go. Come on.
Boom. Turns it Lynch straight ahead. He puts his head down. He's still got those legs powering. The Seahawks are pushing him. They're going to push him into the end zone. He is in. Touchdown.
Bulldozing 3-yard touchdown run. Marshawn Lynch.
Great communication. That's why to be physical. Hey, great communication. That's why to be physical. Let it, baby. Hey. I'm going to get y'all going, man. I'm going to get y'all going, okay? Let's go. Come on. Stay with me. I got y'all. Let's go. Ready? Good shot.
Wilson steps up in the pocket. Now he scrambles away from trouble. He's looking. He's pointing. He throws inside. Ball is caught.
Second down and goal at the 5. Lynch. That was too easy. His second touchdown today, a 5-yard run, and Seattle extends their lead.
Keeping the ball, man. Hit wide open. Hey, baby, fellas. That's why D, Carter. That's why D, baby.
To punt is Ryan. Oh, they got it. They got the ball, and there it is, loose. Rolling to the 5. Recovered in the end zone by Bryce Butler. That is a Oakland touchdown.
You got 30 small or something right here. Yeah. The field goal's really big.
Field goal range. Yeah, field goal range.
Really good decision. Field goal looks great.
Yes, sir.
Here, baby, one play at a time. Let's be in it. Come on. Let's put a drive together right here.
Russell out of his shotgun.
Luke, let's inside.
Here comes the pass rush. Russell's got to step up. And now he breaks free. He's across midfield. A lot of room. 40, 35, 30. Slides down. First down, Russell Wilson. Good snap. Good spot. Kick is up. Ouchie's got 3 more. His third of the day. And the Seahawks are going to come away with a hard-fought win here.
Hey, fellas, that's the way to battle, man. That's the way to battle. That's the way to battle. Hey, good stuff, big dog. Great game, man. About that hit, man. Oh, no, you good, boss. You good. Great game, bro.
I thought that I could have played better, but those are huge things for us. Like you said, a character win. I think that shows our resilience and what we can do.
How much has this team grown? Whether those distractions that you talked about are real, contrived, whatever. How much does a team grow when you go through it together?
Well, that's what we talk about. We're more together than ever. And there's no distractions for us. People try to talk and make things up, but for us, we're more together than ever. And so, just to get a huge win like that, and to have the guys step up and make plays after plays, that's pretty awesome to watch.
Russell, what makes you believe this is still a championship team capable of doing the kinds of things you did last year? Because
we still have the same championship players that we had last year. We still have that same championship mindset. We were 3-3, and all those games we lost, by a smidge, and we believe we should have won those games. We could have played better, and we still could have played better today. And that's the great thing about it. That's the thing that we try to focus on. What did we do well, and what can we get better at? And so, I believe in everybody in this room, and I hope they believe in me too as well. And we're just together, and we're just trying to win football games.
Manning keeps it, going for it all. Beckham in the end zone, picked off, intercepted by Thomas. Earl Thomas back the other way, outside the 40. Here's Wilson, gonna keep it, why not? Touchdown! 5 rushing touchdowns for the Seahawks. That's the 4th of the year for Russell Wilson.
We playing for one another. Play for your brothers, like we said from the beginning. This real, baby, L.O.B. Ignite a fire. Let's ignite a fire in this place today.
He's got time here and a lot of it. Stanton misfires, intercepted. It's Maxwell who's got it. Byron Maxwell looking for a block, but he's going to go down, but he's got the pick. His second of the year, and Seattle in business.
Walters had a 22-yard return earlier.
Pressure coming, it's blocked, and it's loose. Arizona back, they're going to pick it up, but Seattle, and it's still loose. Look at the play by Helfin. Seattle blocks the punt. It was Deshaun Shedd who barreled into Butler, and the Seahawks in business.
First and 15 from the 20 after the penalty. Going to dump it up here to Cooper. Helfin, the tight end, slips through, touchdown!
Something that we needed to feel. We needed to feel it, and we called on it. You guys did it. You got it done. You played the kind of game exactly like we wanted to feel. You felt one another all day long. I'm playing for you today. That's what it felt like. All the way across the board, all phases. That's what it is.
You said earlier in this season, they don't look the same.
Right.
But now they're getting back to the LOB. How are they doing it?
They are the Legion of Boom right now, and it's everybody. And it's coverage, it's the hitting.
I want to ask you about the Seahawks in particular. The defending champs seem to be back on the right track, Michael Silver, but not without some controversy.
Last Super Sunday, the Seahawks defense swallowed up Peyton Manning at the Broncos' record-setting attack, and it looked like Seattle would feast on overmatched opponents for years to come. It didn't play out that way for much of 2014. But as the Hawks head into a pivotal Thanksgiving night showdown with the arch-rival 49ers, it seems the hunger has returned.
We talked about it in the meeting. It was very emotional, and we brought it to them. Guys made an effort. As soon as they came in this locker room and started making a connection with each other. That's very important.
Looks, has time, now looks right, fires. The ball is intercepted by Sherman. He's at midfield, and he's tripped up and knocked off his feet at the 45. Intended for Lloyd on the right side, right in front of the Seahawks bench. Kaepernick already hearing some boos. This goes wide to the near sideline. Russell's going to throw the Sherman far sideline. He's open. He's got the catch down the sideline, and he goes in. Touchdown, Seahawks! First and 10, Kaepernick takes the snap, looks, now he's got to scramble, now he flattens out, now he throws right side, it's intercepted, Richard Sherman again, his second on the night, he steps in front of Stevie Johnson.
It's intercepted at the 31,
Sherman does it again.
The Seahawks win big 19-3 over the 49ers.
First off, you're feeling it. You're feeling one another in such a special way. You're playing for one another in such a special way. It is absolutely on. It's on. We gotta take freaking Friday out. Keep waiting this thing out, you know?
I'm never worried, coach. Never worried. I ain't never worried.
Hey, let's keep it going, man.
Oh, yeah.
All that had happened, they only got 16 points.
That's the best they got, bro.
You know what I'm saying? All that happened. Let's go and win this thing.
Hey, you know the score is only 16-0. That's all the score is. Doesn't matter what all the other stuff's going on.
Let's go, man. It's about how you bounce back. How you bounce back from adversity. Let's go.
We haven't seen Russell Wilson have a game like this since he's come to the NFL. And he and the offense has been overwhelmed by the Packer defense. Three-man rush. Wilson needs a big one. Flag is down. And Wilson's got a man. Baldwin with a catch inside the 20.
Inside the Green Bay 20 to the 19-yard line. My goodness. That is a backbreaker.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Turn it up. Turn it up.
Doug Baldwin bailed out his quarterback with a huge third down reception.
But that might be the biggest completion of this game for Seattle. Blitz. Wilson floating it for Lynch. Pass incomplete. Broken up downfield by Barrington.
So the Seahawks are going to send Stephen Hauschka on to try to put the first points of the day on the board for the Hawks.
Sure looked like Lynch might have been able to catch. And Barrington fought it to take it out in a 38-yard try for the first points of the day from Hauschka. And they're going to fake it. Ryan going to float it for the touchdown. Seattle back in it. Gary Gilliam, a rookie, for the touchdown.
From 38. Snap is good. Spot is a fake. John Ryan around the far side. He's going to throw. He's got a man in the end zone. It is a touchdown. Seahawks.
John Ryan snap, and they fake it. Ryan rolling the left side, looking to throw. He's got a man out there, and it's caught for a touchdown. Oh my goodness! The touchdown reception by Gary Gilliam. That is the play Seattle needed.
But Seattle, at one point, second and down and 30, and then third and 19, they convert. Fourth and 10, fake field goal. So they made the plays they had to make, and what a call by Pete Carroll. If they don't convert there, they really take all the life right out of this football team.
There you go. There you go.
There's plenty of life now. Third down and 8. Rodgers is brought down from behind. A loss of 7. Averill and Irvin were in there, and it's fourth down.
I don't know if there's anybody who enjoyed yesterday more than the Seahawks, who are now 8-4 after beating the Cardinals and the Niners in back-to-back weeks. Are they actually back in their Super Bowl form?
Oh, health is key, and they're getting healthy on the defensive side of the ball. We grew to love this team because it was Seahawks defense football, that the speed, the ferociousness with Bobby Wagner.
They're a very good football team. There's no question about it. But part of the reason why you're seeing the losses that they have on the schedule has to do with the fact that they don't have the depth. So they got a lot of players that are not here. They're a very good football team.
It's interesting. They won 5 of their last 6 after that 3-3 start, but man, their schedule's brutal.
Yeah.
It is brutal.
But that's what the champion always gets.
The tough team gets it.
Bring the fire now.
Yes, sir.
A lot of heat now.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Yeah, hands up. We got fighters, baby. We got fighters.
Here comes Russell Wilson, who is going to make his 50th career start. This is Wilson keeping it. Running left side. Touchdown, Seattle. That's number 5 on the year for Russell Wilson.
Keep working him, all right? You'll get him, or he'll throw us one. But stay after him. Don't quit on it.
Here's Wilson keeping it. Looking back for Lynch, left alone. That's a touchdown for Seattle.
Let's go get it, man. Let's go to work, baby. Good job, good work.
On first down, Wilson
end zone. Pass caught. Touchdown, Doug Baldwin. And the answer from Seattle.
You've now won 6 of 7 games. Do you feel like this team, you know what it's like for this team to get on a roll. Do you feel like you guys have really found something?
We don't think about it like that. We take it one game at a time, and we hope our team plays well. You know, our guys are great, man. It's a great team win today. You know, they had to deal with us. Daryl Simon played a fantastic game. Byron Maxwell, Earl Thomas, you know, our guys played well. You see our D-line playing like that, it's hard to beat us.
More on the Seahawks. These guys looking like the champs once again. They've won 5 straight, Mike, and they could get home field advantage throughout the postseason. Kind of crazy when you think back to mid-season or 6-7 games in, and it looked like an organization that was losing its way.
Well, Dan, remember back the kickoff classic, Soundgarden playing outside the stadium. The Seahawks then rolled the Packers looking a lot like they did in the Super Bowl. But you're right, Dan, they fell on black days after that. A lot of drama, but it's starting to look a lot like September.
We know what we can do. We've been in the biggest game you can possibly be in. We done made all the plays you can possibly make. We done lost everybody we could possibly lose. It's time for us to play for each other. Man, sacrifice everything.
2nd down and 11. And going deep and getting free out in front of everybody is Luke Wilson, the tight end. And Luke Wilson will take it all the way to the end zone. On a 2nd down and 10, it's 80 yards to the tight end, Wilson.
15 now at the 21. Turn and hand to Lynch. He stutter steps. Breaks through the line, makes a man miss. Cuts back outside right 30, 35, 40. Down the far sidelines. Pushes the defender. Keeps fighting. He's still moving. He's going to go. Down to the 20, the 15. They're chasing him 10. He dives in. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Seahawks. Holy catfish. 79 yards, and that made Beastquake look like a walk in the park. Marshawn Lynch, sick, a bad back, says, get out of my way. Holy smoke.
It's not quite the earthquake run, but it's close. One of the greatest plays I've ever seen right there.
Seattle comes in tonight and just blows them up.
Nice job, man. Good job, man. Success is not owned, it's rented. It's rented. Pay your dues every day. Let's get ready next week, fella. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We're the best defense to ever play football, so, you know, when we play the way that we play, we're capable of playing. I don't think whatever he did didn't really matter. It's just when we line up and play the way we're capable of playing, I don't think anybody can play with us.
The bullies are back.
Yeah, they're back.
These last couple weeks, it seems like almost deja vu of last year, where you got that feeling that the Seahawks are starting to separate themselves from a physicality standpoint, from a toughness standpoint. They're not just beating teams in the scoreboard, they are beating teams up.
Carolina is at Seattle, and you'd say if football was a one-man game, you'd go with Cam Newton, but it isn't a one-man game.
Carolina, they run the football, they live on throwing the ball one-on-one to the outside in certain situations. Now, does that sound like a recipe that's going to have great success against the Seattle Seahawks? No, it doesn't to me. This is tough for Carolina. That's why, of course, I'm taking Seattle.
One mission and goal, man. All the hard work this week, all the preparation. We're ready. There's a reason why we're here tonight. Let's go prove it, baby. Let's go.
Hey, we're not even supposed to be here.
House money.
Ain't no pressure on us. They're the world champs. They got to beat us.
Newton steps, has time, unleashes a bomb deep down the field, and it is intercepted by Richard Sherman. He was looking for Philly Brown, but it's tough to get it over Sherman.
This is what we do.
Play clock at 2. They get it off. Blitz coming. Wilson's just going to loft it towards the end zone. Touchdown!
It's a recipe for 6, and the Seahawks put the first points on the board.
4-man rush. Now a late blitz. Wilson lofts it up for Kearse. What a catch! Jermaine Kearse on his way, diving! Touchdown!
Are you kidding me? What a catch by Jermaine Kearse, and then dives across the line for the touchdown. What a play by the Seahawks.
Playing well here tonight. Here's Marshawn Lynch. Best run of the day. Marshawn Lynch. Still going. Inside the 20 for Marshawn Lynch.
Look at the Seahawks sideline right now.
Russell Wilson, you can't take a sack that would take you out of field goal range.
3rd and 10. Blitz coming. They get rid of it. It's Luke Wilson. First down and more. Touchdown!
Luke Wilson, the tight end with wide receiver speed, catches that ball on a slant against the blitz, and he is gone. 25 yards for a touchdown.
Hey, they done done everything, bro. They gave it their best punch. Hey, let's go. No points. No points. See. It's fun. Hey, bro. It ain't on us. It ain't on us. Hit harder. Press hard. Let's go, baby. Pick 6 would be great. Let's go.
2nd and 4. Again time. Near side. Intercepted. It's intercepted by Chancellor. Touchdown! 89 yards!
The Seahawks are going to host the NFC Championship next week.
What's next on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Right now, obviously, they're not only working against the Green Bay Packers, they're working against the clock. They've got to be able to make some plays in the passing game, and they've just had a hard time doing it.
And the Packers now are 5 minutes away from punching their ticket to Arizona.
Overall, the team had won 7 straight, and the opponents were averaging 8 points per game. But Green Bay's been better than the Seattle defense so far today. Wilson, pass is picked off. That's Burnett, and he will slide down. Off the hands of Jermaine Kearse.
The shotgun, here's the snap. Wilson in a tight pocket, throws it over the middle, it's deflected, and intercepted by Morgan Burnett. Off the hands of Jermaine Kearse with 5:04 to go in the game. Oh my goodness, what a huge play for the Green Bay Packers defense.
That's been the point, really, in the story in this game has been Seattle's inability to move the football, the takeaways that this Green Bay Packer defense has created, and another big one right there.
Hey, we can still win this game. Stay in it, man. Stay in it. We can go win this game. Let's go. Hey, we can still win this game now. Stay in it. 4 minutes, 50 seconds. Let's go.
We got to remind everybody, the backs included, whatever we do, protect the ball and stay in bounds.
We've been right here before, and we aren't going anywhere.
Hey, give every ounce of your energy, every play, bro. Let's go, man. Get nasty. Let's go. We got a tackle now. We got a tackle.
Jermaine Kearse has been the target on all 4 interceptions that Russell Wilson has thrown in this game. His quarterback rating right now is under 10, and Kearse didn't help him there. Here's Lacy, and Lacy wrapped up in the backfield. First guy there was Bennett. A loss of 4 and a timeout taken by Seattle. 2nd and 14.
There you go.
Still time left in this game. It's Lacy bottled up. Bennett is in there.
Defense of the world champions rising to the occasion. Loss of 3. It is 3rd and long.
A big 3rd down right here for Seattle. They've got to make a stop if they're going to have any chance in coming back in this game. If they don't hand it off, I expect them to, but if they don't, I would expect Aaron Rodgers to go with a high percentage completion.
There you go.
They do hand it off, and it's Lacy. Broke 1 tackle. It'll be 4th down. Under 4 minutes to play. Still within reach for Seattle.
Hell yeah, that's big. That's big.
What do you think about that? What do you think about the go ball? Be ready on that. The last one. If he goes out there again, I'm gonna come to you.
That's all, bro.
I'm right by him. Hey, stay alive. Let's do it. Just do our job. Let's do our job. Let's go to work, man. 1 play at a time. Let's go win this, man.
They're going to have to create some big plays and come away with a touchdown quickly to still have time to have a chance to win. Here's Lynch. Out near the 45. Casey Hayward on the stop. I think the Packers are happy with that one. Wilson slings it past, caught. Baldwin makes a move. Baldwin trying to get to the sideline, cannot. Wrapped up at the 35 with a first down for Seattle. They're the defending Super Bowl champions trying to go back to the Super Bowl. A long way to go. 2nd and 10. This one floated. That's Lynch. Pass is caught. Lynch is going to go for the touchdown. And we'll check the feet and make sure he stayed in, as the officials did, looking at each other. We'll get the call from Tony Correnti.
The runner stepped out of bounds with the ball at the 9-yard line.
Nonetheless, an impressive little touch throw from Russell Wilson, and the catch and run by Lynch to take it to the 9.
Gets the offense back to the line. 2:19 to play in the game. They need a score absolutely here.
From the 1, it's 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson keeping it for the touchdown.
Wilson's going to step in untouched. And here come the Seahawks.
Little fake to Marshawn Lynch that drew the Green Bay defense. Russell Wilson around the left end.
With 2:09 to go. And they get the touchdown outside of the 2-minute warning. And now they're going to hope that they can get the ball back.
They have to execute an onside kick, you would think, here. Seattle has just one timeout remaining. If you're Pete Carroll, you're probably thinking about onside kick, right?
Hauschka and the Seahawks 1 for 4. Look bigger than this. Good kick up into the air. It is loose and recovered by Seattle. Chris Matthews.
And it is a boots kick to the right side. Leaping attempt is made. It's caught by the Seahawks. Went off the hands of Brandon Bostic and caught by Seattle. And Seattle has life. The man who came up with it was Chris Matthews. And the Packers a tenuous 5-point lead.
And he is lit up by Sean Slocum back on the sideline. Bostic couldn't. Matthews could.
Come on, keep fighting. Oh, keep fighting. Let's go.
This is Russell Wilson time. This is where he makes his point.
No, you knew it was going to be dramatic in one form or another. Here we go.
Big day for the Seahawks special team. Here's Wilson keeping it. Russell Wilson got a first down out of bounds near the 35.
Called run by Russell Wilson. Clinton Dix forced him out at the 35-yard line of Green Bay. 15-yard run. 2:01 to go.
Oh, baby. My heart. 15 yards picked up.
This was a 16-0 game at the half. Here's Lynch. Lynch! Marshawn Lynch! Beast mode! Touchdown!
Hands it off to Marshawn Lynch on the left side. He's to the 15 and the 10. Curry moves left to the 5 in the end zone. Touchdown! And Seattle leads 20-19. 24-yard run by Marshawn Lynch. And they will go for 2.
Now trying to finish this off with a 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. Wilson out to his right. Big trouble. Up for grabs. And caught by Luke Wilson.
Oh my goodness. A collapse here in the final 3 minutes of this game. And the Seahawks now have the lead 22-19. And now the Packers need at least a field goal to tie. Unbelievable.
Folks, this building is literally shaking right now.
It is amazing what we have watched here in just the last couple of minutes. What we've watched is 15 points put up by Seattle in 44 seconds.
It's a big time player. Bro, I love you boys, man. You're a big time player. Make a play. Make a play. Make a play. Make a play. Make a play.
This booth is shaking. This stadium is shaking in the loudest venue in the NFL. But a minute 25, 3 timeouts left for Aaron Rodgers to try and do something about this score.
Man, I want it. I ain't losing. Let's go. Let's go.
None bigger than this. Rodgers, pass caught. That's Jordy Nelson. And that will quiet this crowd and get the ball out across the 35-yard line. They've got all 3 timeouts. Mason Crosby, as we showed you, career-long 58. That would mean getting it to the 40. But it's a gusty day. Pass is caught. That's Cobb. And Cobb has taken it inside Seattle territory.
Snap to Rodgers, looking around. Still looking, throws it over the middle. Randall Cobb's got it across the 50. 50 seconds remaining to be played. Another 15-yard gain.
They've got Seattle on the ropes, and Aaron Rodgers is applying the pressure. Rodgers out to his right. Plenty of room in front of him. And he gimps his way inside the 40, limping all the way to the sideline. I'm thinking that he's going to try to pick up the first down somewhere 10 to 15 yards, not take a shot deep. But if it's not there for the first down, try to pick up as much as he can to help on the field goal attempt. Blitz, pressure, Rodgers steps up, throws, he's got Nelson, and Nelson gets a little bit of yardage to the 31. And now it's all going to come down to Mason Crosby.
48-yard field goal left on pass. Brett Good on the snap to Nesty, down on one knee. Arm extended, here's the snap, placement made, kick to the upright, and it is good! It is good! With 14 seconds remaining, the Packers have tied the game at 22.
What a game.
Are you kidding me? I mean, how the game has gotten to where we're at today, or right now, as improbable as they come.
It ain't over. You gotta be ready to take this thing to overtime and win it again, okay?
And we will go to overtime in Seattle. So the end of regulation, we go to overtime in the NFC Championship game. 22 apiece, we're tied.
Each side will get an opportunity with the football unless the team that receives the opening kickoff goes all the way for a touchdown.
Hey, get up, get up, get up! Hey, get up, get up! All season we had to fight, baby. We fight, and we fight. Don't say why we like playing with each other, because we unbreakable. We unbreakable. No matter what you do to us, we gonna stand up and we gonna win this. It's all about the finish. We the best finishing team. Let's finish.
Meant for the situation, bro. Meant for it, meant for it, meant for it. Meant for it.
Green Bay as a visitor. You call. Green Bay calls tails. It is heads. Seattle wins the toss.
So the Seahawks will start first in overtime.
You know what would be good is that check.
Yeah, be ready.
We're gonna win the game on it.
I'm gonna try to leave you deeper here, okay?
We're gonna win the game on it.
Yeah.
Hey, be ready for the check. Be ready for the check.
Hey, listen. We gotta shut the run down because they coming back to that. So we're gonna shut that down. We're gonna get 3 now, and we're gonna get the off the field.
Russell Wilson, this is exactly what he was made for. These kinds of games, these kinds of situations, and you could almost probably hear him in the huddle saying, we're going to do it. We're going to win this game.
We're meant for this, man. We were meant for this.
Let's go, G! Let's knock him back! Knock him back, let's go! Knock him back! Knock him back! Knock him back!
These games are always full of all kinds of things happening. There's a lot of variables that are out there available to be distracted by. The more accustomed we get to things going on all around us, let's have our ability to hold on to the focus that allows us to perform like we're capable, regardless of what the setting is or what's going on around us. You know, you have to have a mentality to develop your guys so that when things happen, they can be strong enough to make it through it. There are some big issues that you've got to make it through, and you've got to come out stronger. You're either going to get tough or die, and I think that's kind of happens. You know, every coach in every sport is faced with those kinds of situations. So it's really the preparation of the mindset when you come out of those kinds of deals that's super crucial.
Russell Wilson, who's about to get the ball and go to work, threw his 4th interception at 5:04. Green Bay had the ball and a 12-point lead. He keeps it here. He floats it. Pass is caught for a first down by Baldwin. Remember, Seattle wins the game if they score a touchdown with this possession. Seattle has all the momentum, the way that they came back. They took the lead. Of course, Green Bay able to go down, kick the field goal, send it into overtime. But I think Green Bay right now is still wondering how this game ever got to overtime. It's a big 3rd down for them defensively. Wilson, Baldwin, what a throw! Inside the 40. On 3rd down and 6, 35 yards to Doug Baldwin.
3rd down to the Seattle 30. Snap to Wilson. Looking around, lofts it over the right side. Baldwin out there over the shoulder. Catch is made across the 40. Down he goes. He got behind Casey Hayward, who made the tackle inside the Green Bay 40 of the 35-yard line, right sideline.
Well, they've had this shot throughout the day. They've just been unable to complete it. Casey Hayward is in coverage on Doug Baldwin. He's in the slot. Press coverage, a lot of field to work. Casey Hayward's anticipating it's going to be a shorter route because of down and distance. Instead, it's a go route up the sideline and a perfectly thrown ball.
Let's go, come on, let's go win it. Gun do some slot. Three scat, wide corner, zebra drive. Alert 50.
35 yards, longest play of the day for either side.
10-50, 10-50, 10-50, 10-50. Field,
Wilson toward the end zone. It is crossed. Seattle's going to the Super Bowl. Jermaine Kearse.
Pistol formation. Wide receivers to either side. Russell takes the snap. Drops back. He's going to throw down the middle. He's got a man. The ball is caught. Game over. It is a touchdown. The game is over. The Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl in Glendale.
Here's the snap. Wilson looking, lofts it deep over the middle. Over the shoulder catch is made. Touchdown. Game over. They beat Tramon Williams. And this championship game goes to Seattle.
What a down, baby! It's down! Did I tell you? I told you! I told you!
35-yard pass play to win it for Seattle. The Seahawks have defended their NFC championship with an overtime win over the Green Bay Packers.
Man, I told you I was made for it. I told you, God made me for it, man. God made me for it, man. Man. Man, oh man. Man, oh man.
When the game was on the line and you had to start making some plays, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, they made them. And as good as this Packers defense had been throughout the game for about 55 minutes, they couldn't make the stop on 3 straight possessions when they had to. And Seattle's moving on. How about Jermaine Kearse, the local kid, played collegiately at Washington, signed as a free agent, was with San Francisco, with Chicago, back with Seattle. Russell Wilson tried to get it to him 4 times in this game and threw 4 interceptions earlier. That's his 1 catch. And the local kid good from 35 yards out to send Pete Carroll and the Seahawks back to the Super Bowl. It's as improbable of a win as I've ever witnessed. The 63-year-old Pete Carroll has got his team back in the Super Bowl.
We see it. Overcome with emotion. Russell, just tell me, I mean, what are you thinking right now?
God is so good all the time, man. Every time. These guys on this team are unbelievable, man. The fight, the relentless fight over and over again. People used to doubt, man. We're just excited to be on this team. We're excited to play with the guys. I mean, 4 minutes up in the game, 3 minutes, 4 interceptions, and just keep playing. And the guys just keep believing in me, man. You gotta give credit to the Packers. They had an unbelievable season, and it's just honored, man. Just honored, just blessed to be on this team. I just believe God's prepared me for these situations. God's prepared our team too as well. I'm just like I said, I'm honored to be on this team. We're going to the Super Bowl again.
Yes, you are. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's how you win them slugger matches, bro. That's how you win them slugger matches. You take them, deliver. Take them, deliver. Take them, knock out.
Let's
There's been no doubt in this team. When we were 3-3, there was no doubt. When we were 6-4, there was no doubt. When the score was whatever the score was, we needed 2 touchdowns. There was no doubt. When I threw that ball to Doug Baldwin, and when I threw it to Curse, there was no doubt. So it's because of this 12th man. God is too good, man. I'm just glad to be here on this team. And we're going back to the Super Bowl.
Great freaking day, man. Just believe in it. You got to believe it.
It's almost impossible when you turn the ball over 5 times. And the only way it can happen is to believe like to believe. Incredible experience, not just, I know it's for the guys in the room right here, but you just shared that demonstration of love and belief, and never giving up, and always back to the end. You shared that with everybody that follows. The 12 are here. They're so strong. The whole area. You just share this with everybody. You showed what it is to believe in one another. Just would not let it go away. Fellas, you got to understand something. At 3:52 left in this game, 3:52 left in the game, it's 19-17. How about that? NFC champs. Together on 3. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.